This is 5 on your side at 6. Focused on you.
Illinois State Police are searching for evidence in a deadly shooting last night in East St. Louis. It left a man dead and hurt 4 others. Thank you for being with us. I'm Ann Allred. Mike Bush has the night off. The St. Clair County coroner says the victim is a 20-year-old man. 5 on your side's Mercedes McKay is live in East St. Louis after talking with the community. Mercedes.
And I spoke with several different neighbors today. When I asked about this shooting, there was one thing that everyone pointed out: the excessive amount of shots that were fired. East St. Louis residents tell me they're really concerned about this gun violence, specifically when it comes to young adults who have so much life ahead of them.
My sister noticed on the surveillance camera all the commotion that was going on, and she called me at work.
When Jacqueline Carruthers rushed to her family's home on Wednesday night, flashing lights and crime scene tape took over the street.
It was a madhouse. I mean, it was police cars everywhere.
At least 60 evidence markers covered the intersection of 38th Street and Audubon Avenue in East St. Louis, where a shooting left 1 man dead and 4 others injured. The violence taking place steps away from Carruthers' family's front door. Her dad, having no idea the commotion outside of his bedroom was deadly.
He began to hear a louder bang, 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 and that's when he realized, oh, these are gunshots. Not knowing it was that close.
The tragedy not only close to neighbors' homes, but also 2 elementary schools. The St. Clair County coroner confirmed with 5 on your side the victim who died in the shooting as Jermaine Bonner Jr. He was only 20 years old.
I don't want to say it's a wasted life, but someone has to speak life in them in order for them to realize this is not living, you're surviving.
Loretta Rice Barnes is someone trying to do just that. As executive director of Metro East Organizing Coalition, she's committed to ending gun violence.
It's heartbreaking. Being born and raised in East St. Louis, I know firsthand, number one, the systemic oppressions that we face, and also the lack of resources.
It's something Barnes is working on daily, hoping one day the flashing lights and crime scene tape won't continue to take over her city streets.
I think there are so many amazing things that we can encounter, but we definitely have to tap into the resources and begin to streamline things to get what's needed on the ground.
I saw several different posts on Facebook today about Jermaine Bonner Jr. Many people sending pictures and videos of the 20-year-old talking about how much he will be missed. Now, this is still an ongoing investigation. If you have any information, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers at 314-725-TIPS. Live in East St. Louis, Mercedes McKay, 5 on your side.
New tonight, the city of St. Louis has selected a new community violence intervention provider. They chose a nonprofit already committed to the well-being of families across the city. 5 on your side's Travis Cummings is in studio to lay out the plans. Travis.
And the city's Board of Estimate and Apportionment put out a request for proposals back in March, and that was a few months before there were talks of the city no longer funding a program focused on preventing violence. Now the city has selected Mission St. Louis to do the work.
Today is the culmination of work that began, I would argue, in St. Louis many years ago.
Preventing crime with the community-driven approach, that is,
highlighting those who are trusted voices, trusted messengers in the community, who are closest on the ground to the problem.
months after a call out to see who would take on the city's violence intervention initiative known as Cure Violence St. Louis, the city went with Mission St. Louis to take on the mission.
One of our main focuses has always been relationships. So to be able to build relationships with individuals that we're serving, but also to provide support in relationship for the individuals that'll be on the ground doing this intervention work.
Cure Violence is a national program that hires people from the community and trains them as violence interrupters, something the nonprofit on Grand Boulevard has been doing for 16 years through providing a hand in helping people find jobs and learn.
We are addressing deep-rooted systemic issues of poverty, violence, and connecting our community towards resources.
We asked leaders what will be different about the partnership. Not much at all. Mission St. Louis will still serve the same neighborhoods with the same amount of people.
The work is rooted in working in defined geographical areas and employing trusted messengers to really get out and engage individuals who are at high risk of committing or being victims of violence.
In June 2023, the initiative recorded 82 individuals under case management and 58 non-participants interacting with staff. They interrupted 7 conflicts. They're pushing for progress.
We just are having an opportunity to sort of revisit and repolish and make sure that we're doing the work in the best way we can.
The contract will officially go into effect on September 1st, and the first plan of action includes training with individuals to make sure they're equipped to do the work and get them set up with their tech provider, which the new one is Live Free USA. Violence interrupters have been working on an independent contract basis since July to fill that gap during the transition period.
Did your back-to-school shopping list include tissues, maybe some cough drops? As classes pick up, so do cases of cold and flu. Tracy Henson spoke with local doctors about when is the best time to get vaccinated.
And if it's easier, you could get flu and COVID-19 vaccines now. But it is better to wait, and there is a good reason for it.
I would typically recommend to my own patients to maybe wait late September, October, just based on seasonal patterns.
Because what you want is you want a protection that will be there for the remaining of the flu season. The flu season is typically seen the peak at around February.
As with most years, this vaccine will be different than previous years. Medical experts and vaccine makers work together to forecast for the upcoming flu season. This year, every flu vaccine will protect against 4 strains, 2 of A and 2 of B. That is new. There is also new guidance for people with egg allergies. Unlike previous years, the CDC has dropped considerations for people with egg allergies. This means there is no special consideration if you have an allergy, you can get your flu shot. Both doctors told me you can double up and get your COVID-19 vaccine at the same time as the flu shot.
Candidates running for governor campaigned at the Missouri State Fair today. Our political editor, Mark Maxwell, reports from Sedalia.
Missouri Governor Mike Parson was breathing easy at this morning's governor's ham breakfast. After all, he's not facing the voters, not ever again. But the race to replace him is quickly becoming something of a referendum on his agenda.
I'm running to be the next governor of the state of Missouri. And I'm really struck by how frustrated Republicans are with the direction of the state.
If you're going to want to be the governor of the state of Missouri, tell me what you're going to do. Not how bad somebody else has done it or all this. Tell me what they're going to do to make the state better.
I think we're going in the right direction. Everybody, no matter if you're best friends with somebody or not, has fine-tuning of what they would do in an administration. I think Mike and his team have done a very good job.
As governor, I want to make sure somebody's going to follow what we've built. We've built one heck of a foundation in this state.
Property taxes are out of control in this state. We ought to be having those kind of big red Republican victories here in the state of Missouri, but we're not, so we're missing the boat.
Another hot topic dividing candidates in this race, the issue of abortion and that question on the ballot in November of 24.
Do you want to see the abortion question on the ballot in 24?
Do I want to see the abortion question on the ballot in 24? No.
Reporting in Sedalia from the Missouri State Fairgrounds, Mark Maxwell, 5 on your side.